This is my Hillary looking at balloons face. Parade of morons. The State Department layoffs went into effect, and it appears that all the white men kept their jobs and all the women are out on the street. Another Trump promise kept. The real reason this happened was to distract from all the Epstein news. Actually, that shit broke and Trump was like, go fire a blind woman of color immediately. You're fired. The job satisfaction of these men just went way up. Look at how they're clapping. Not because they're honoring them. They're just happy that Lisa will shut up about toxic masculinity. They can finally just do their jobs without doing Tammy's job too, while having to pretend she's brave. So this is how diversity dies. To thunderous applause. I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your Dumpster Fire. Welcome to Dumpster Fire, where we make burgers out of your sacred cows. We premiere new episodes every Tuesday and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Please join us in the chat. Also, please join us on Wednesday for my live online show called Real America. We want to hear from you. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. You can register to be a member of the virtual audience. Raise your hand and join in the chat with us. And I might call on you. We can talk. There's a link in the description below. This week, we're talking about the economy. It's the economy, stupid. So join us, Real America. If you want to keep track of everything we do, the best way to do that is to go to Phetasy.com, become a free subscriber to our list, and get all the content we're churning out.
Exactly. Very well put. Too many notes.
But back to the DC witch trials. We don't even give men who have served in war dramatic displays of gratitude like this. When was the last time you saw a ticker tape parade? It's actually insane how self-indulgent and self-aggrandizing and just over-the-top ridiculous these displays have been. The vets came back from Vietnam and we literally spit on them. But Brenda packs up her photos of cats from her desk and her coworkers act like she stormed Normandy. I couldn't help but watch these dramatic exits and think about all the jobs I've had in the past and what it would be like if I just left every restaurant after doing the work I was supposed to do, just walking out with people clapping. I'm like, did my side work? Rolled all the silverware, married the ketchups. Thank you. You're welcome, actually. You're welcome. Maggie, can you even imagine what job you've had, where you would leave or get fired or get laid off, and this would be the kind of hero's journey send-off? They're acting like this is frickin' someone leaving off on a quest. They're acting like explorers who are going to discover a new world. 9,000 people got laid off from Microsoft last week, by the way. We didn't hear a peep. The point of all of this so-called tragedy is that we're supposed to be appalled at a 2% reduction of a public service that's paid for with our tax dollars. The real tragedy being the end of a career diplomat, which, at least to me, is the last thing the founders had in mind. A career diplomat. A congressman should have term limits, but Sheila gets a lifetime job? And by the way, can we please stop calling it service? They were considered public servants. I get it. I know I'm going to get some people in my mentions who are like, actually, they are public servants. There's no volunteers here, though. They did get a salary for it, a pretty large one.
And you never say thank you.
That's what the money is for.
Compare it to real service like military or police. Yes, they also get paid, but they're also getting shot at. I feel like the distinction is worth mentioning. Lois's biggest risk was obesity, or the DC Metro on the way to work. Not always that safe. The government is not a jobs program. And frankly, I feel like people have forgotten that. During COVID, tens of thousands of government workers lost their jobs for refusing vaccine mandates. Was anyone clapping for them when they were leaving? No. As I recall, Biden was warning them about the shitty winter they were about to endure, and lefties were writing think pieces questioning if we should actually hope that they die. Tens of thousands of workers lost their jobs when Biden shut down the Keystone Pipeline. No applause lines for them. Just so you know how public opinion is, people are just generally like, this is what I voted for. Yep, this is what I voted for, minimizing the government. As one excreter said, keep doing this until there's no one left to clap. Also, why do these guys all have time to stand around and clap all day? In my old industry, diners, the whole thing was like, if you got time to lean, you've got time to clean. We heard it constantly. If you've got time to clap all day, you should probably be packing your box. Also, how embarrassing is this? You've lost your job and your reward is Hank clapping for you while video of your walk of shame is broadcast on CNN. I can't imagine this. The thought of doing this is so embarrassing to me. And I have way too much pride. And also, I don't feel entitled to really anything. I can't imagine the simultaneous amount of entitlement and also perceived victimhood that you would have to embrace in your mind to be able to proudly, with your head held high, walk out with your little box of stuff from your desk. Like, it's beyond parody. And everyone's standing there clapping for you in a long, extended walk down a hall past all your coworkers, and you're like feeling like you're brave. This was an embarrassing ceremony, and it did feel like they were about to break out into a Hamilton number at any moment.
If more people join in, the song will get better. If more people join in, the song will get better.
This is all familiar back patting if you've ever seen how women interact in the workplace. I worked in a real job, whatever that means. The inter-office dynamics among women are insane because for something as simple as sending an email, 10 different women will tell Brenda she's a rock star. Brenda, you're a rock star. You are such a badass. And then later they'll make an empowering TikTok video just before they go upstairs to trash Brenda to their boss because they've all been trained to think that only one woman at a time can be promoted. And they might not be wrong. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The only people who hate women more than men are women.
Hey, check it out. It's another chick. The only other chick in the galaxy.
I don't like her.
Tell me that I'm wrong. It's so true.
It's so true.
They'll be like, you're amazing. And then they'll be texting like, can you believe this bitch? Do you think they did that around like that when they were hunters and gatherers? You know, they were like, no. You want to know why? Because there was a very clear division of labor. If women were trying to be hunters, they'd be like, oh my God, Brenda cannot throw that spear.
Well, Brenda, she pretended she was picking berries all day, but she was not picking berries. She was just like dallying out there by the stream. I don't know what she was doing.
She was just making eyes at Rufus, trying to get on that hunting squad.
Now she's going to come back and want to eat our berries.
Tell Maggie in the chat what you think the competition amongst women looked like in the hunter and gathering time. Before our next segment, don't forget to like, subscribe, touch my bells and buttons, and tell your friends about us. Please help us reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And you guys have spoken. When we hit 100,000, I will do my best Mexican weather report. YouTube sure is giving me a lot of time to practice my Spanish. You have to stick around through the ad to see the weather report, guys. Sorry, them's the rules. All right. Guys, there are so many things you have to worry about when you're aging on camera, and one of them is old lady neck. Because I don't want Brenda talking about my old lady neck. The neck and chest are some of the first places to show signs of aging. And with summer in full swing, your neck and chest are more exposed than ever. Whether you're rocking sundresses, swimsuits, or strappy tops, your neck is out there for the world to see. And I don't want you to be self-conscious about it. and I don't want to be self-conscious about mine. And that's why I love goPure Beauty and their revolutionary Tighten and Lift Neck Cream. Perfect for your summer skincare routine. Powered by clinically proven active ingredients, this advanced formula is designed to visibly firm, smooth, and rejuvenate the delicate skin on your neck and chest in as little as 4 to 8 weeks. goPure's Firming Complex targets unique concerns of the neck while nourishing and strengthening your neck for a more lifted, youthful look so you can feel confident, showing a little more skin this summer. For limited time, our listeners get 25% off goPure with code DUMPSTER at checkout. Just head to gopurebeauty.com, use the code DUMPSTER, and you're all set. And after you buy, do us a favor when they ask where you heard about goPure, tell them it was from our show. There's a link in the description below. Now let's check the weather with Maite Carranco.
De satélite que tenemos importante, definitivamente los remanentes de la depresión tropical 19E que a su paso han dejado lluvias torrenciales, inundaciones, ya veíamos imágenes de los mochis. Un abrazo muy fuerte para todos nuestros queridos compañeros que nos sintonizan desde allá y tenemos la situación todavía compleja, al menos para esta tarde noche sigue lloviendo.
Thank you, Maite. Sprained my eyes. Here's a question. What the fuck did all these State Department people who were laid off do all day to begin with? And don't get me wrong, I'm not like crapping on people who are laid off because it's hard. I do feel bad for them. I don't think they garner much sympathy with these ostentatious displays on their way out the door and their pity parades that they're throwing for themselves. Also leaving signs all over the State Department. If you read the signs posted on doors, they saved lives. How? I mean, I'm not exactly familiar with what the State Department did, so maybe they did save lives. On their way out, some of the laid off left signs that read things like, colleagues, if you remain, resist fascism. Remember the oath you vowed to uphold. Resist fascism by working for the government?
Are we the baddies?
Trump is Hitler because I can't work for him? In the mind of these people, they were just people who worked for Hitler. And it wasn't fascism until they got shit canned. Fascism is getting fired by Hitler. Look, I'm just a podcaster who doesn't even know what the State Department does. But even I know that if Trump is Hitler and you work for him, you are a Nazi. And I'm pretty sure that making TikToks and heating up Hot Pockets is not the anti-fascist activity you think it is. You're not exactly the French underground while you're working there. There was another sign that said, history will remember what was lost here. No, it won't. Your appearance on Dumpster Fire may be the most historical thing that ever happens to you. And is probably evidence that it's already been forgotten because we're like 5 days behind the news cycle. History has already forgotten by the time this is aired. And there was another one that says, if you love freedom but don't care if it applies to everyone, then what you really love is privilege. These people are equating lifetime jobs with freedom, which is weird because just a minute ago they said Trump was Hitler. So I'm trying to do the math here. If you work there, it's freedom, but still under Hitler. But if you're fired, it's fascism and also still Hitler. It makes it is so incoherent. I can't get my mind around it. And finally, if your signs are any evidence of your work product, it was lame and half-assed, and frankly, Helen, does not speak well of how hard you worked between Diet Cokes.
Now I can eat anything!
I realize these jokes might seem hacky and like, oh, you're just making fun of all the tropes until you see the videos of the people who got fired. And then you're like, why does this have to be all the stereotypes that I imagine in my mind of people who work for the government? Obese women. All right. You've all heard me screaming, women, for years now. Women! 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 And even when I'm making fun of them, I'm a big advocate for women in general and women's health in particular. That's why I love Quest's line of medical tests that are specifically focused on women's health issues. They offer a basic women's health profile test that gives you a snapshot of your current health and wellness, women's hormone test designed to identify imbalances associated with various health conditions, and specific tests for fertility, thyroid function, and your menopause stage. Super hot.
Literally.
I think their line of fertility and menopausal tests are amazing. You can take an ovarian reserve assessment marker, AMH test, to get an indication of your egg quantity. They also have a pre-pregnancy panel, several menopause tests to help you figure out which stage of menopause you're in. This is all very important knowledge for women to have, and I don't think it's talked about enough. The best part is you can get all of this information without a doctor's visit. Simply purchase a lab-based test and access women's health testing at a nearby location, or get immediate results at home with at-home test kits. So ladies, prioritize your health and visit questhealth.com today. Use the code Bridget to get 25% off and find answers to the multitude of health questions you may have. That's questhealth.com. Use the code Bridget for 25% off. There's a link in the description below. What is happening? The official Elmo X account got hacked, and Elmo began spouting phrases like "kill all Jews" and "release the files." A lot of people off Twitter wouldn't know that it happened, and God bless you. You aren't missing anything. I feel like every week it's just us covering someone who is recently Hitler on X. You just keep enjoying your life while the rest of us have to applaud women who wish they still work for a boss they called Hitler. That's our world. That is our world. And now it's Elmo.
La 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 la, la 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 la, Elmo!
Little kids listening to Elmo explain the scourge of the Jews. It's insane. It's so crazy to see those words next to little cute Elmo's face. You're like, what in the fucking world is happening?
It's disturbing.
How did that account even, maybe it was a laid off PBS employee who just went fucking rogue and was like, you know what? Almost funnier than the hacked account were the memes it inspired. I found it oddly comforting that people were making fun of podcasters who have hosted so much anti-Semitism or kind of allowed it to fester or move people only in that one obsessive direction that they just can't seem to get away from. It was kind of a white pill moment for me. At least these people are being roundly mocked. That's the most effective way to deal with really anything. We dealt with the woke left that way, and it's the most effective way to deal with the woke right, even though I hate that term. The only way to get rid of the woke left was to mock them, and with the woke right, I hate the term, but I think it does exist. This is still the best response. Mockery. That's what we do here best at Dumpster Fire.
That's the reason we exist.
To mock all the things. So I do want to say I think we were light years ahead, well, a couple of weeks ahead of our time with the Dead Internet Theory episode, which if you haven't watched it yet, you should, because I heard today from someone else that 6 of their coworkers are going off social media and offline completely. I also heard from 5 people in my life that that's happening. I'm not sure. It could be summer. A lot of people in the summer are like, I am so done with social media because they can be outside and their kids aren't in school. And then school hits and it gets cold and they're like, never mind. I'm going back to social media. So we'll see. But it does seem to be a trend that people are turning away, which, by the way, I don't blame you. If you go online and everyone's a conspiracy theorist and Elmo is Hitler, I'd be like, okay. It's that meme where the guy like walks into the room and then just walks directly out. The little mouse walks in the door and walks out. That's most people going online now. So hopefully you won't turn away from your only true, not a news source. But I do actually understand if you have to. And honestly, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. The only reason I do this is to keep myself from going insane. Still, lots of people love it. So we will stay here until there's no one left clapping for us.
Until there's no one left to clap.
Until there's not a single person left. That we just keep shedding subs.
You're like, I've been screaming, where are my accolades this whole time?
No accolades. All right, you guys, I love you. If you love Dumpster Fire, the best thing you can do is become a paid supporter of Phetasy.com. You get the unedited version of Dumpster Fire. We leave a lot on the cutting room floor. You get to see how the sausage is made, and you get access to everything else we're doing, and you can comment and in our little chat. It's a lot. Otherwise, join us here on YouTube every Tuesday and Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central for a new Dumpster Fire. Thank you to everyone who helps make Dumpster Fire possible. Thank you, Ben and Kevin. Thank you to goPure and Quest for sponsoring today's episode. And thank you to all of you. We love you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you, Bridget.
And now to cleanse your palate, the internet is glorious.
Hey, happy 4th.
Would you say happy 4th?
Yeah, happy 4th.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
The hell's there to be happy about? Happy 4th.
Oh my God. Whoa, no.
Remember, life is absurd. Don't take yourself so damn seriously. Take the work seriously. Don't take yourself seriously. This has been your Dumpster Fire. I'm Bridget Phetasy. Now make me rich! So I don't have to go get a government job. I don't know. Are you in a toxic relationship? Do you feel manipulated? Do you dread thinking about your relationship? Do you hide the details from others and pretend everything is fine? Do you derive your feelings of self-worth from your relationship? No, not with your partner, but with money. Money. Oh yes, it's an enormous topic and one that spawns a million different rabbit holes. But for the purpose of this episode of Real America, I want to know how you're feeling. What's the first thing that comes to mind when I say money? How do you feel about the economy right now? How is it impacting you? Do you know if the big beautiful bill will affect you at all? What would make a difference in your financial life? I'm trying to take a temperature of how people are feeling about their finances right now. So join me, Bridget Phetasy, on Real America, Wednesday, July 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern. We will be live discussing money. You can register to join the conversation at twoway.tv/BridgetZoom, or you can simply watch the episode at Real America Phetasy on YouTube live or later on when you have time.